Imagine a man so righteous, so extraordinary, that God himself reached down and transformed him into a blazing celestial being, a being of pure fire and light, second only to the Almighty. This isn't some fantasy novel. This is the incredible story of Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, whose brief mention in Genesis sparked one of the most mind-bending mystical texts ever written. We're talking about the third book of Enoch, a mysterious work composed around the 5th or 6th century CE. While Genesis gives us just a single enigmatic line, Enoch walked with God, then he was no more because God took him. Third Enoch expands this into an epic transformation story that will absolutely blow your mind. Picture this: a Jewish mystic named Rabbi Ishmael claims to have ascended through 7 heavenly palaces, each more magnificent than the last. When he reaches the 7th and innermost palace, he encounters something unbelievable. Standing before God's throne is a being of unimaginable power, the Archangel Metatron. But here's the shocking twist. This magnificent celestial being reveals he was once human. He was Enoch. The transformation described will haunt your dreams. God laid his hand upon Enoch and blessed him with 365 blessings. Can you even comprehend that number? Enoch grew in size until he matched the world in length and breadth. 72 wings sprouted from his back. Then came the most dramatic change. His flesh turned to flame, his sinews to blazing fire, his bones to juniper coals, his eyelashes to lightning flashes. The human Enoch was completely extinguished, reborn as this fiery celestial being. But why? Why would God perform such an incredible transformation? According to the text, when the generation of the flood turned to evil, God took Enoch from their midst to serve as a witness against them in the heavenly courts. He became God's vice-regent, the prince and ruler among all ministering angels. The text goes even further, calling Metatron the lesser god and using God's own 4-letter name to describe him. All angels fell before his majesty, splendor, and radiance. He rules and judges the entire heavenly host. This wasn't just promotion, this was apotheosis, a human becoming divine. Naturally, this raised some eyebrows. The idea of 2 powers in heaven sounded dangerously close to heresy. So much so that later editors felt compelled to add a chapter where another rabbi, the notorious heretic Elisha ben Abiah, ascends to heaven, sees Metatron seated beside God, and blurts out, "There are indeed 2 powers in heaven." For this mistake, Metatron receives 60 lashes of fire, a clear attempt to walk back the radical implications. Third Enoch gives us more than just this incredible transformation story. It presents heaven as a vast bureaucracy with 7 heavens, each containing magnificent palaces. The innermost palace holds God's throne, conceptualized as a chariot based on Ezekiel's vision. The descriptions are overwhelming. A river of fire flows from beneath the throne, angels bathe in its flames, and divine light shines 365 times brighter than our sun. The text details an elaborate angelic hierarchy controlling every aspect of creation. There's an angel of hail, an angel of wind, angels controlling the sun, moon, and stars, literally guiding them through the sky. The Archangel Radvariel serves as heavenly archivist, personally handing scrolls to God. It's a cosmic administration of breathtaking complexity. This fascination with elevated beings didn't emerge from nowhere. We see precursors in Daniel's Son of Man figure, who receives godlike dominion, and in Second Temple literature where angelic and human figures approach divine status. Early Christianity would take this concept to its logical conclusion with Jesus' divinity. Third Enoch represents the climax of this theological exploration within Jewish mysticism. What does this ancient text tell us about humanity's spiritual journey? Perhaps that we've always sought to understand our relationship with the divine, to bridge the gap between mortal and eternal. Enoch's transformation represents the ultimate human aspiration, not just to witness divinity, but to participate in it. His story reminds us that even in our mortal limitations, we contain sparks of something extraordinary, something that might, in the right circumstances, blaze with celestial fire. The mystery remains. Why would ancient mystics envision such a radical transformation? Perhaps because they understood that the divine isn't just something to worship, it's something to become.